politician, GLP, PNP, I'm going to say it again, and I'm not stop saying it. The Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party is the worst thing happened to Jamaica. The Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party is the worst thing happened to Jamaica.
Good morning, welcome to Straight Up, hello?
Hello?
Welcome.
Blessed Bongo J, sharp man.
Thank you very much, yes sir.
Yes, Bongo J, I would like to talk on a couple of things.
Yes.
I would like you forgive me some information. Have you ever seen a drama that take place down in Montego Bay? People getting shoot at a big rally. Have you ever seen such incident happen to the PMP within the history? I don't know.
Yeah, those things happen all the time internally amongst these two warring tribes. All the time. Sometimes it happens inside of the community, inside of the garrison, and sometimes it happens out of public.
Yeah, but I'm saying out of public, a scope like what happened.
Some of the top PNP gangster and Danman is assassinated in public by other PNP people.
In public meetings?
Both in public. Whether me, hear this now, hear what me say. I said all the time, them have public breakout inside of them community, and the public watching because the community is the public. Sometimes it happen outer road. Sometimes like when the three Willie Agat and the other two man them, how them? When Willie Agat and the other two man get assassinated, who you think assassinate them?
Well, listen, I understand, I know that, but I'm saying on a scope like what happened in Montego Bay, I never...
Hold on. When you say scope, you mean scale or scope?
Scale. Because
all the while Jamaica and other people use words interchangeably. Hold on, would you allow me a little, please? All the while Jamaicans and other people use words interchangeably. But try to understand the language. I know say scale you mean, but the scope you say.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. But I said what I said already. They do it all the time, and I'm asking you who it was you believe assassinated Willie Agat and the other two man.
Well, there's a lot of speculation.
No, I'm not asking about the speculation. I'm asking what you... No, I'm not talking about the speculation. I'm asking you what you think.
Bongo Joe, you're putting me on the spot.
Yes, I am putting you on the spot.
I can't say I know.
You can't?
I cannot say I know.
I didn't ask you if you know. I asked you what you think.
Well, it's an inside thing, but that's...
No, hold on. There comes the word inside again, a very good word.
Okay, all right.
Hold on, allow me please. You're not going to allow me. Hold on, you're not going to allow me. You're not going to allow me.
I'll continue then.
Somebody came earlier with this same word inside. I asked them inside of where. They told me inside of flanker. That is an inside dispute among the flanker people. And then later they transferred the inside thing to an inside JLP. Now you say a while ago that the Willie Agat assassination is an inside thing. Inside of where?
Well, inside of the same PMP ranks, sir.
Then how you never want to concede that? How you make it like pulling teeth? Hold on, would you allow me to finish saying? Would you allow me to finish saying what I am saying? Would you allow me to finish? You always say continue, but you don't really mean it.
Okay, I'll stop.
No, you don't mean it, but I will insist on continuing. Yes, you make it feel like pulling teeth, but it is an internal thing, and not only that. When Willie Agat and the other two were assassinated, Parliament was in session. Do you remember that? Did you remember that Parliament was in...
education to me.
I'm asking you. Hold on, just to answer. Did you remember that Parliament was in session when they were assassinated?
I'm not. That's education to me.
You couldn't just say no. You can't just say no.
Personally, Mr. Jerry...
hold on. You hold on then. You're going to listen to me? You're going to listen to me? You're going to listen to me or are you going to try override me?
No, I just make a statement.
No, I'm asking you again. Did you know that Parliament was in session when they were assassinated? All right, you didn't. Okay, well, let me tell you this. Not only Parliament was in session, but Omar Davis bolted out of Parliament, Peter Phillips bolted out of Parliament, and Carl Blight bolted out of Parliament and found themselves on the death scene right away because they did have to go there. because it was an internal thing. So much so that it resonated. The shot fire upon Black Rose's corner, but it ricocheted off of the Parliament inside wall. Thank you very much.
So, Bongo Jerry,
thank you very much. Have a good one. Next call. Next call. Morning, welcome straight up.
Yeah, Bongo Jerry.
Welcome, sir. Wagwan.
Let's go for a blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the same argument where Mr. Wallace did talk to Anthony Miller about it might get sofa.
You see him get one? I don't know which argument he might get. I don't know. I'm not following them.
Okay.
But let me say this to you. Do you remember not only Peter Phillips running out of the Parliament
yes,
and do you remember Omar Davis? Hold on. And do you remember Omar Davis have to run out there and he must go there? If them not go there, they're in trouble. And hold on. Do you remember also when Peter Phillips go to England, a BBC asked him about it too? So what you doing a gangster funeral? And he had to be there. Because if him not there, he couldn't have him seat no longer. You remember? Alright, one more thing. You remember up a water commission one day when the water commission worker them have a dispute and not get them good justice? And Carl Blight was Minister of Water and went up there to solve it. And the water commission worker them lock him up and detain him in a room. And you remember a couple of phone call was made to Willie Haggart? And you remember the place gets surrounded by some people. They will surround the water commission man and rescue. Yes man, surround the whole place and rescue Carl Blight. Rapid response. Willie Haggart used to own the rapid response truck, you know. All them water truck and make some nice money off of it, because he was as buy, say if you go buy some truck, we will set you up nice, millions and billions. And that was a rapid response if ever there was one.
Bongo Jerry Rastafari have to open the eyes and the ears of the people.
It's the only work in town.
Them about these things.
Only job in town. That's the only job in town. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And from Claudius Massop was assassinated by the state. Siaga and Dudley Thompson become good friends again. On the death of Claudius Massop, Siaga and Dudley Thompson become the best of friends. The best of friends. That Siaga mourn Dudley Thompson all when him dead with you.
One of them come, they couldn't live without. Two of them come, they couldn't live without. Three of them come, they couldn't live without. Four of them come, they couldn't live without. Ethiopians live without. Ethiopians live without. Ethiopians live without. Chinese men come, they couldn't live without. Coolie men come, they couldn't live without. Syrian come, they couldn't live without. White men come, they couldn't live without. Ethiopians live without. Oh, we do it. Ethiopians live without. Oh, forever. Ethiopians live without. One of them come, they couldn't live without. Two of them come, they couldn't live without. Three of them come, they couldn't live without. Four of them come, they couldn't live without. Ethiopians live without. Ethiopians live without. Ethiopians live without. Chinese men come, they couldn't live without. Coolie men come, they couldn't live without. Syrian come, they couldn't live it out. White men come, they couldn't live it out. Ethiopians live it out. Oh, we do it. Ethiopians live it out. Oh, forever. Ethiopians live it out.
Yes, you know that we the Ethiopian, we the Africans are so close. We are so close to Asia. You know, we have the Afro-Asian solidarity. And you know that Cuba and other countries, African and Asian, did establish also the tricontinental Africa, Asia, and Latin America against Babylon and Rome. And you know that the Ethiopians so close with the Chinese and the Indians. So when you hear Burning Spear talk about Chinamen coming couldn't live it out and cool men coming couldn't live it out. Not no disparaging. We don't play that to disparaging one. What we're talking about is the Indians and the Chinese, they couldn't live out this 500 years of slavery. That's why life spared them it. Life spared them this 500 years of slavery, the Indian and the Chinese. But the Ethiopian go through it and will live it out. Will live it out. Will live it out. The rising of China and the rise of India is just a precursor to the rise of Africa, the eventual rise of Africa. The Chinese and the Indian rising is foreshadowing the rising of Africa. And we didn't talk about it last week, Thursday. And we didn't talk about it last week, Friday, when Alan Cole was here. Because the time didn't permit so many important things to be talked about in just 3 hours, much less the 1 hour of interviewing in the middle of straight up. But last week, Thursday the 4th of February, marked the anniversary. The 27th anniversary, no, the 37th anniversary, 10 years before the election. 10 years before the election which Siaga set and the PNP won from him. Claude Massop was assassinated by the state. Claude Massop, Siaga, right hand strongman. And the strongman, because Claude Massop was the strongman, and not Siaga the strongman. Claude Massop was the strongman. And Siaga the brain man. But Claude Massop have the brain too, you know. That's why they had to kill him. It's not just a strong arm. Not just a strong arm, a brain superior to them. And that's why they had to kill him. And that's why the PNP and the GLP made an agreement. Made an agreement to wipe out Claudius Massop on the 4th of February, 1979. 37 years ago, 10 years before the election where Siaga lose to Michael Manley. And why they wipe him out? Because all of the gunmen them and the strong arms of the PNP and GLP, with the exception of some of Tony Spalding man them, came into a peace that was going to threaten the PNP and the GLP war, because they would have not the soldiers to fight it out. And those soldiers was coming together and proclaiming an independent Jamaica. Them soldiers, the previous gunman, was coming together and proclaiming an independent Jamaica with independent candidates. They were in fear of Claudius Massop running in West Kingston, because who could beat him? Which Siaga could beat him? And they were in fear of Bob Marley running in South St. Andrew, which Tony Spalding could have beat Bob Marley. And they were in fear of this thing that was rising. And them wipe it out one by one. Them wipe them out one by one. Even Bones in New York, even though it's different circumstance, he had to run, go to New York. Everybody, them wipe out the whole of the peace movement there and the movement of, just like how Rastafari, Maroon and everybody coming together. Them did fear of the coming together of the so-called gunman them and the Rastafari and everybody coming together and starting back the independence movement. They wipe them out one by one from New York to Jamaica around. Them wipe out Claude Massop on the 4th of February 1979. Yes, they did. And just because I'm never having a machine, that's why they could get to wipe him out. But when they want to use him, them low him with a machine. When they want to use him. And hear this now. Them waylay him, the PNP and the GLP in collusion, them waylay him and execute him. Right near to him yard. On the way home, right near to him yard. Because I'm leaving machine.
The police are urging political representatives to encourage their supporters to refrain from carrying firearms and to desist from wearing masks at all political meetings or gatherings. The call comes from the police as it institutes a ban on all political campaign activities in the community of Flanker and St. James with immediate effect. The constabulary says this decision was taken in consultation with the election centre, the political ombudsman and representatives of the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Police say no permit will be granted for any political march, motorcade, spot meeting, nor political meeting in the community.
Searching the crevices and corners to them roots. And them are roots. And them are roots. But searching for him roots cause an explosion between man and man. Some I say, which roots? When the only roots them can trace start with them mother and end with them grandmother. Them are roots. Them are roots. But youth man, rooted in the muck like Trenton. Cause nobody tell him where him come from. Some of you are rude to find where I go. Lord, and my roots. And my roots. Intellect. I search for him roots. True science. My roots, Lord, my roots. Others are weird dashiki. Sport afro, lock said, smoke highly if you identify with them roots. And them are roots. Hey. Lord. Them mythical, rootical, and them physical. Some are beat drum to get closer to them roots. And them are beat. And them are beat. And them are chant. And them are chant. Jah, Jah, Rastafari. Jah, Jah, Roots are one. The marks in MH. Him say, roots, sex, roots, name, no roots. God, that no belong to I and I. Some person them roots. shouting name like wild, barbarian, savage, inhuman. What happened? For them roots the humanitarian. And them are roots. And them are roots. And them are roots. Plus of them blackness. Plus of them blackness. Plus of them blackness. And others. And others. As they are. As they are. Black man, China man, cool man, white man, the whole of them I look for them roots.
This brother, when you Mikey Smith, we just here a while ago, this was a person who was killed at a political meeting in 1983 on Marcus Garvey's birthday, August 17. And Mikey Smith, just like you just heard, Uko Unuro, were the original dub poets and Mutabaruka. So when you're a little youth and I grow up and I listen, poets like Muta, Uko, and Mikey Smith, them man they will grow up and I listen in the early days there. They were always the critics of politics. Mikey Smith especially. Uko, Mota, the whole of them. And Mikey Smith was killed he was stoned to death in 1983 on Marcus Garvey's birthday at one of the major political parties rally in Stony Hill. A lot of people don't know that, but whole heap of people know. Stoned to death.
Long time you no have no fun. I said the latest thing now is gone. Look, man I play a run. Lord God, I feel fire burn. Thy kingdom come. What's to be done? Long time you no have no fun. All we have is the chalice in the palace. Man jam we shout. Version. The next thing you know we're landing up. Station. Man, trading aeration. Dancing to the sounds of the dub. We find that this was the only fun. Whatever can come. And everything of it was done. These step on spot. And some of them make a yes to retreat. Because them well hot. The Ticotino, what we have a time apart. Next thing you know, in a heart, that's the next man pan. The other side of the fence is another party. And the boat away are chucking us, sipping all lucky cause they boat by the dirty. Long time we don't have no fun. When this nonsense, I got done. I got done. cause them well. Dirty potty, you know what? We have to join a party. This thing is up in a heartbeat. Cause the next man can. The other side of the country and another party. When they put away a truck, we not sipping no lucky cause we vote by the look. Long time we not have no fun. When this nonsense. When this nonsense. When this nonsense.
You never know. Anytime you cause politician, never go wait to say that I'm grateful and overcome to do too much. Well, hear me now. Nah, cuss them again. Listen me, nah, cuss them again. They must be worse than me. Don't be under this friend. Nah, cuss them again. You want to tell them, thank you. Not for the high prices and thank you. The low wages, we thank you. We have the value of the dollar and thank you. We make we children back the hunger. Thank you. We make money jingling on the pocket. Hey, hey. Thank you with the Persian rock chandelier. How could I take it? The expensive carpet. And thank you. We might cut off the IMF money. Very kindly. Thank you for the Swiss bank account to me and my entire family. Me also thank you. After the grave in front of the gates. Promise was a bad one. You promised you have fix it. All know me are wait. But still thank you. Me your promises this morning. Thank you. Me your promises yesterday. We thank you for all you have done. Thank you. They have been so helpful. We no one have said that they ungrateful. Cause what? They will get spiteful. The more we complain, the more them get harmful. Remember say, they have been so wonderful. I mean no one have said that they ungrateful. Cause what? More them get harmful. Remember say, they have been so wonderful. I mean no one have said that they ungrateful. Cause what? They will get spiteful. The more we complain, the more them get harmful. Boss system, we no have none still. Thank you for the moving asylum. No me no want stop here in a wash pan. So thank you, the water commission, NHT. And never deal with the papa. Thank you, we are no qualified stalker. And thank you, after the GCT, the general lunatics that you're teaching me. Thank you, for your promises this morning. Thank you, for your promises yesterday. We thank you for all you have done. We say we thank you. Thank you, after the promises you made. I know you heard them sharp, just like a blade. When you talk sometimes, you get even scared. And I know you talk one thing, but your action is very weird. So thank you for your promises this morning. Thank you for your promises yesterday. We thank you for all you have done. We say we thank you. Thank you for the high prices and thank you for the low wages. We thank you for the value of the dollar and thank you for make good children back the hunger. Thank you for make money jingling on my pocket. Thank you for the Persian rock chandelier. How could I forget the expensive carpet? And thank you for my cut off the IMF money. Very kindly. Thank you for the Swiss bank account for me and my entire family. Me also thank you. I feel the grave in front of me gate. From it was a fat one, you promised you'd have fix it. All know me a wait. Thank you for your promises this morning. Thank you for your promises yesterday. We thank you for all you have done. Me say we thank you. Nah, cuss them again. Me say me nah, cuss them again. They must be worse than me. Now me under this friend. Nah, cuss them again. When me say nah, cuss them again. Me say me nah, cuss them again. They must be worse than me. Now me under this friend. Me nah, cuss them again. They've been so helpful. Me no one else said that me ungrateful. Cause what? They will get spiteful. The more we complain, the more them get awful. What we say? They've been so wonderful. I mean no one else said that me ungrateful. Cause they will get spiteful. The more we complain, the more them get awful. No boss system, we no have none still.
And then as you know, this drawn out campaign is either the longest or the second longest drawn out electoral and political campaign in Jamaica, in Jamaica's contrived political culture. the political culture that has been developed to sideline the liberation process of the African people in Jamaica. The British capturers of Jamaica and the British subjects of Jamaica, them come together, some of them come together from in the 1930s and made a deal. Them come together from in the 1930s and make a deal to sideline the liberation, the ongoing hundreds of years liberation struggle of African people in Jamaica, and turn it into a subject politics in the 30s. And that is what the JLP and PNP come out of. The cooperation between the British pirates and the British subjects in Jamaica. And it led to 18 years later, after 38, a so-called nation being established, a fraudulent nation, to sideline the same liberation struggle of the African people. And then set up a puppet state in 1962. Puppet state with the same head of state. Same head of state, the monarch of Britain. With them puppet government, monkey government, black dog and monkey governments. As a puppet state, 1962. And from 1962 till now, 53 and a half years. 53 and a half years, the puppetry continue. And then now, from in the 1940s, when the workers union, which was another one of the fraud to sideline the workers them in Jamaica, the workers liberation struggle, not no workers liberation movement, of Trevor Monroe and the leftists in the 70s. Not about no worker liberation movement. They take up those names to capitalize on the workers liberation movement. They take up these named Workers Liberation League to capitalize on the workers liberation movement, but they were just part of the same nationalist agenda that the British facilitate from 38, and later they merged back into the PNP, as well they might have and did. So the workers' liberation and the African liberation struggle being sidelined by many measures over the year. One of the early ones after the Maroon War done was the establishment of the Jamaica Police Force in 1867, 2 years after the Moran Bay Rebellion. Another one was the extension of voting rights to anyone over 21 in Jamaica, and the facilitation of the nationalist movement that Britain authorized to sideline the African liberation movement. And the next one was another one was the 1962 puppet government and constitution, and so on. But from in the 40s, when the workers union was pulled out of the PNP by Bustamante and them create another party, from that time the political war with gun begin. Not in 67 between Broadley Thompson and Seaga. Foolishness. Not in 1967 or not in 1962 between Dudley Thompson and Seaga. Not foolishness. From 20 years before that. 20 years before 1962, in 1942, when Bustamante pull out the union out of the PNP, and the two of them start fighting at the street with gun. Start fighting at the street with gun from 42. And this campaign, this electoral campaign, this present one year, possibly the longest stretched out election campaign in the history of the puppet government, even longer than 1980 possibly. Not as much bloodshed yet, but the same kind of industrialization of crime. These two parties, the PNP and JLP, they are responsible for the industrialization of crime in Jamaica. Crime was mostly petty crime in Jamaica. Petty crime of the usual kind anywhere in the world. But from 1942 right down to the present, the PNP and the JLP turn it into industry, an industry producing political power. Jamaica is not the only place in the world that's taking place. So although not as many people seem possibly to be killed as in 1980, nearly 900 in an electoral campaign and an electoral year. It's not likely that it would exceed that in the 3 weeks, in the 17 days remaining. It's not likely that the 900, the 800 and whole will be equaled or exceeded. But it might take place after, because you know, say after election is just as tense. And in many countries it is seen that after an election, that is when the real civil war break back out. We don't hope for it at all. But I'm telling you, not because it is hardly likely that 800 people are going to be killed in the next 17 days. It's after the next 17 days more possibility exists, especially when these two political industrial giants, JLP and PNP, resume them seat them in the so-called parliament. Their seats have been suspended in the parliament since I think last week Friday. No one have no seat in the parliament now. I hope you know that. None of the parliament is now abandoned. The so-called parliament, the so-called Westminster style parliament of Jamaica, model after the mumma of all parliament, according to them both. Westminster in the British parliament is the mumma of all parliaments. Even the mumma of the American Parliament, Congress and Senate. And this one came to be the offspring of that mumma of all parliament. It has been disbanded. There's no member of parliament exists now. The prime minister and our minister, them continue to hold office and pretend to be running the country's affairs. Not running the country's affairs, running their own affairs. And taxing the people of Jamaica on behalf of the British and the rich. On behalf of the British and the rich.
You can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth of today. You can't fool the youth. You're teaching youths to learn in school that cow jump over moon. You're teaching youths to learn in school that the dish run away with spoon. So you can't blame the youth when they don't learn. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth of today. You can't fool the youth. You teach the youth about Christopher Columbus, and you said he was a very great man. You teach the youth about Marco Polo, and you said he was a very great man. You teach the youth about the pirate Hawkins, and you said he was a very great man. You teach the youth about the pirate Morgan, and you said he was a very great man. So you can't blame the youth of today. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. All these great men were doing robbing, raping, kidnapping and killing. So-called great men were doing robbing, raping, kidnapping. So you can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. None at all. You can't fool the youth. When every Christmas comes, you buy the youth a pretty toy gun. When every Christmas comes, you buy the youth a fancy toy gun. So you can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. Cause what was hidden from the wise and the prudent is now revealed to the babes and the sucklings. What was hidden from the wise and the prudent now revealed to the babes and the sucklings. The Lord called upon the youth, cause he knows the youth is strong. Judge a call upon the youth, cause he knows the youth is strong. So you can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. Save the children. You can't fool the youth.
Alright, a poll recently was conducted in the United Kingdom, and it found that a sizable number of the people there think that the British Empire was a good thing. Let me repeat that. A poll that was conducted in the United Kingdom found that a sizable number of people there think that the British Empire was a good thing. It was conducted by YouGov in advance of an Oxford Union debate on removing the statue of Cecil Rose from outside Oriel College. The poll found that 43% of British had a favorable view of the empire, as the Guardian reported, while 44% thought the nation's history of colonialism was a proud one. 44% thought that the nation's history of colonialism was a proud one. A mere 19% say the British Empire was bad, while only 21% believe historic colonialism is regrettable. This article further goes on to say that fully half of UK Independence Party voters and 37% of conservatives say Britain views its history too negatively and ignores all the good it did. In contrast, young people 40% and Labour voters 43% believe that given the oppression, murder and injustice involved, British view their history in too positive light. In July 2014, a YouGov survey found that 49% of British believed that the colonized countries were better off due to their colonization versus 15% who said they were worse off. Moreover, 34% wanted Britain to have an empire today, while 45% did not. And it ended by saying, in addition, as the roads must fall, movement has gained traction in an effort to remove the statue of the brutal and racist colonizer. 59% of British think the statue should stay exactly where it is, and only 11% approve of the removal of roads, while 29% are uncertain. So, you hear that? A large chunk of the British people still believe that colonialism was a good thing for black people and Africans. But we, the Africans, have a different view to them, you know.
England is a England is a When me just come to London town, we used to work on the underground. But working on the underground, you don't get to know your way around. England is a bitch. There's no escaping it. England is a bitch. There's no running. When me take a stop, you no turn clock watcher. England is a bitch. There's no escaping it. England is a bitch. Nobody try to hide from it. When them give you the little wage pocket, first them wrap it with them big tax rocket. You have to struggle to make ends meet. And when you go to your bed, you just can't sleep. England is a bitch. There's no escape.
Yeah, man, the man Linton Kwesi Johnson. As we, just kicking some calls from now. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Yes.
Blessed love, my brother.
Blessed love, man. How you doing?
Rastafari and brother. Thanks to life. Mama fire from Portland,
Straight, respect.
Yeah, just a shout out people behind me say, one big Rasta family to know to the back of a door.
Yes, 120th anniversary.
Yes, Congo. So, I want them to know, say, Mama Fire, say, family who can come here, give us strength to make everything possible, and who are coming to celebrate today and night, to know, say, the 120th anniversary, the fire burn. So, we give thanks again in birthday.
Yeah, man, remind us of the date.
The date of the first March, but I need start burning the fire from the ending of the month, because we don't say, as Sister Carbo say, the tradition now go be done in the west with Peter touch to Wagwan and things, we let our whole current in the east,
Yeah.
Find the battlefield until the first, one a day about the fire same day. We have to burn it in every week.
Yes. All right.
Bring no oppression, my brother.
Every time. That's it.
Fire, I love to the Rasta people and the Rasta community.
Yeah, man.
I love to every conscious black people and every nation and things and tongue who know say these things really real and it has to go on,
All over the world, man.
More love and strength.
Bless up yourself, man.
Yes, sir.
Hear that Battle of Adowa, 120th anniversary. And if you don't know about the Battle of Adowa, it was when Italy was, they tried to colonize Ethiopia, war out Ethiopia for the first time in 1896. Haile Selassie, father, turned them back, mashed them down. Because as you know, that time Africa was being split up by the European countries, and Italy, them never have none, and they wanted one, and they tried to get Ethiopia, but it never worked. That's why you had the Battle of Adowa, 1896, and this year we're celebrating the 120th anniversary.
England is a big. England is a big. When me just come to London town, we used to work on the underground, but working on the underground, you don't get to know your way around. England is a bitch. There's no escaping it. England is a bitch. There's no running away from it. Me get a little job in a big hotel, and after a while me was doing quite well. Them start me off as a dishwasher, but when me take a stop, me not turn clock watcher. England is a bitch. No escaping it. England is a bitch for true. I no lie me I tell true. Me used to work big bitch when it full no bitch. It strong like a mule, but why me get fool? Then after a while me just stop the overtime. Then after a while me just put on the tool. England is a bitch. There's no escaping it. England is a bitch. You have to know how to survive in it. Well, me do day work and me do night work. Do clean work and me do dirty work. Mama, good day. I hope that when these few lines reach you, they may find you in the best of health. Mama, I really don't know how to tell you this, cause I did make a solemn promise to take care of little Jim and try my best to look out for him. Mama, I really did try my best. But nonetheless, I'm sorry to tell you, sir, poor little Jim get a rest. It was the middle of the rush hour, when everybody just a hustle and a bustle to go home for them evening shower. Me and Jim stand up waiting for a bus, not causing no fuss, when all of a sudden a police van pull up. Out from 3 policemen, all of them carrying baton. Them walk straight up to me and Jim. One of them hold on to Jim, said taking him in. Jim tell him to let go of him, for him not do nothing, and him not thief, not even a button. Jim start to wriggle, the police start to giggle. Mama, make I tell you what them do to Jim. Mama, make I tell you what them do to him. Them thump him in him belly and it turn to jelly. Them lick him on him back and him rib get pop. Them lick him on him head but it tough like a leg. Them kick him in him seat and it started to bleed. Mama, I just couldn't stand up there and do nothing. So me took one in him eye and he started to cry. Thump one in him mouth and him started to shout. Me took one on him shin and him started to spin. Me thump him on him chin and him drop on a pin and crash. and dead. Mama, more policemen come down and eat the ground. Them charge him for sus. Them charge him for murder. Mama, don't fret. Don't get depressed and downhearted. Be of good courage till I hear from you. I remain your son.
But we have a special interview right now, Of course, it's election time in Jamaica. And there are certain things that, John Public should be very much in the loop with. And we gonna have a chat with Mrs. Donna Parchment Brown, and she is the political ombudsman. And she joins us on the line now. Good afternoon, madam. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, it's great to have you.
Yes, I'm in a little crunch, but I could not refuse your interview.
Yeah, man, and I really appreciate it, Yeah, man. So, let us get the ball rolling. How satisfied are you, if at all, in regards to the recent signings of the political code of conduct?
I'm very pleased with what has happened today. Indeed, I want to thank the custos of each of the parishes. 10 events were held today. 2 will be held on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And so far, most of the candidates have come out to sign. Some have sent representatives or apology. And those who have not signed today or don't attend the formal signings, then we'll have to, take steps to ensure that an opportunity is provided.
All right. Today I gather that there was a particular politician who was concerned about signing this code, that she's not aware of certain things she wasn't aware of certain things and she needed more time and so on. Are you aware of it?
No, I have not had that report yet, but that would be, is that an independent candidate?
I don't think so.
So I would think if you're a member of the JLP or the PNP and you're standing as a candidate for that party, there should be absolutely no issue of not knowing what the code is. This is something that was agreed by the JLP and the PNP and signed in Gordon House in 2005. And as you're aware, I've been doing a lot of public education around the code.
Yes.
I think people who are 10 years old and didn't know about the code would now know about it.
Yes. All right. Tell me a little bit about this political code of conduct, because, a lot of people might still not be in the loop where that is concerned.
Right. I appreciate that. And, of course, I really appreciate the opportunity to share. Now, the agreement and declaration on political conduct came out of a lot of public discourse and negotiations around Jamaica's democracy and what our aspirations are for a good political environment. And really, it was not just the PNP and the JLP, but many members of society, civil society, business community, and so on, who were involved. And at the core, it affirms the belief of the parties in the sanctity of human life and a number of other matters of importance. So they denounce the procurement of weapons and ammunition, they affirm nonviolence, and so on. Specifically, there are 8 items in Appendix 1, which we call the Code of Political Conduct. And what this code does is it binds the political parties, not just the PNP and the JLP, but all political parties in Jamaica, their candidates, their officers, their adherents, to live by these 8 items. And then the political ombudsman, under the Political Ombudsman Act, is authorized to use the agreement as one of the bases for my mandate.
Okay. All right. The question is, as I said earlier, there was a particular candidate. This morning at the signing ceremony in St. James, one JLP candidate said she was concerned that she has not seen what is contained in the document. It appears that she did not get a copy prior to today.
Prior?
Yes, prior to today.
Well, you may be, I'm sure you're aware that on Sunday, last Sunday,
yes,
there were 2 full-page ads, one in the Gleaner and one in the Observer.
Yes.
They're Sunday papers, of the Code of Conduct. It was printed in full in the main media. I've made copies available to a number of entities and individuals. And coming to the signing this morning, the format included a presentation on the code, as well as a presentation of the code to the candidates. As far as I'm aware, if you know you're being called to a function to sign a document that you're not familiar with, then it would have been very helpful to say to the person inviting you, may I see the document in advance? Because we have published it, and we have made copies available, and this is a matter, a document that's existed since 2005.
Yes. Okay. All right. I saw some clipping with you on TV recently, the other night, and you had some concerns. Are those concerns are you satisfied that some of these concerns are being addressed?
Not sure which one you're talking about.
Well, there were flags, there were utterances on the political platforms and so on.
Sure. I am really concerned. You know, there are some people who think these things are not important, but these parties signed to a code of conduct on the premise that fundamentally we are to respect one another in this environment and also do nothing to provoke negative situations with others. I am on the phone with you now, just about to go into a meeting with the general secretaries of the two parties to talk about what's been going on in recent weeks, what issues and concerns they have, and how we can continue to work together to address them. I'm very distressed that even people who had taken down their flags have put flags up again. I've had so many calls from Jamaicans saying, this is happening here, this is happening there, where people are just completely fed up, disgusted and disappointed that they're not being respected by the parties, by the show of flags, and they consider the flags a turn-off.
Yes.
So rather than being encouraged to vote for the color or the party that's represented, they are turned off. They say these people are breaking the rules, that they don't respect Jamaicans, and, you know, it's just creating something negative, apart from the stigmatization of the community. And I'm very much aware that in some areas you have dueling colors. Because you put up your color, then I'm going to put mine up. I've had a report where somebody has actually taken down the colors of another side, and it, you know, created
problems.
It's a difficulty. So let us allow our supporters to hold the flags, walking about, attending events and so on. But let us stop turning Jamaica into a place that looks like it belongs to different tribes. We are way past that.
Yes.
And the code says no to political tribalism. And, you know, the ordinary Jamaican, not specifically involved in party politics, any of those people say, no, we don't like it.
Yeah.
I believe that they have promised not to do it. And, you know, if they can't keep a promise on a simple thing like flags, well,
yes,
bets are off.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to show that they can be trusted.
Yes. Speaking with Mrs. Donna Parchment Brown, she is the political ombudsman. So in regards to utterances now on the campaign trail and the platforms and so on, have you any concerns there?
I have a number of concerns. A number of unfortunate things are being said all across the spectrum. And when I say being said, it includes some disgusting, outrageous, irresponsible things that I'm seeing on social media. Political Ombudsman has a Facebook page. It is in Twitterverse. And the result of that is we're seeing a lot of content that makes me ashamed. The code is very specific. It talks about incitement to violence. It talks about slander and libel. And it talks about maliciousness. I want people to understand that to the onlooker, your party looks bad when you behave badly on their behalf. So when you represent a party, whether they have asked you to or not, and you put up things that are disgraceful, people are ashamed of that behavior. and it does not add to the vote. Indeed, given that social media is a global activity, we are saying to the world, who are we? We're really some small people. And if I am to say anything, I'd rather let us be, in the words of Chris Martin, I'm a big deal, and my fellow Jamaicans are a big deal too.
Yes. What about those? I'm certain that a vast majority of them are sticking to the code, but what about those who you feel they are not doing it none at all? And what sort of power does the political ombudsman have to deal with those persons?
Well, that's where what I've been doing. I've been writing them letters. I've been inviting them into meetings. I'm going to go through my list today with the general secretaries and their list of complaints and issues. And I'm really on a strong continuous public education program. We don't want to ban political activities. What we want is to encourage people to use the freedoms they have in a responsible manner. So at this stage, I'm not asking for the, events to be banned where people are speaking inappropriately or anything like that. Don't give permits to these people because they've already shown that they can't live by the rules. That's not where I'm going. I'm really still using moral suasion, the authority within their party. If necessary, I'm going to speak to the leader of the opposition and or the Prime Minister, depending on what the issue at hand may be, whether it needs that level of intervention. And I'm also going directly to the people who are reported as acted improperly, so there can be no doubt about the fact that I have been in contact with them. Complaints and investigations don't end with the elections. If there are any troublesome matters that require further investigation or action, these continue to be live, whether the candidate wins or loses the election.
Yes. All right. Have you been taking an issue with the recent happenings, what we saw clearly on TV on Sunday night, plus subsequent events? Have you been taking interest in those events?
Very much so. And, the entire Jamaica mourns with the family of the persons who have been killed. And we certainly express our sympathy to those who have been injured and their family and community members. Every life is important to us. What we have done is we have met through the election center process. And in that process, we have in attendance a representative from each political party, the umbrella group of churches, National Integrity Action, CAFE, the Broadcasting Commission, and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We had an emergency meeting on Ash Wednesday. And coming out of that meeting, we requested of the Commissioner of Police that he ban all campaigning in Flanker and that no permits be issued for any campaign activities in Flanker. In the meeting, and before we came to that view, the political party representatives decided that they would cease all campaigning in Flanker. Now, you may have seen that the Electoral Commission has also issued a press release indicating their distress generally about some developments in Jamaica, and that if necessary, anywhere in Jamaica that they see a problem, they would ask for some action to be taken.
All right, we have two more quick questions for you. Yes. In terms of the complaints, are you managing these complaints satisfactorily in your opinion?
I think reasonably, where we are, imperfectly, and that is one of the reasons for the meeting I'm having right after we finish.
Yes, and in regards to what happens between now and election day?
Between now and election day, I'm calling on every Jamaican to remember that at the end of the day, we are a great and proud people, and that everything we do is going to represent us. So as a political activist, be out there and be engaged, and may God bless you. As the electorate, let us use our right, hard-fought and won right to vote. To the candidates and the parties, a trust to keep you have. And you need to remember, each and every candidate and each and every political party, that when you form government and when you form opposition, you will require the respect of Jamaica and of the global village. The code is a very easy guide and reminder about what is acceptable. The Representation of the People Act, it is there to help us do the right thing. If you are in doubt, call the political ombudsman, call the election center, and get an answer about any issue that makes you uncertain about the rightness. Talk to your opposite number, and if that cannot work, then please talk to the ombudsman.
Yeah, man. It was a pleasure having you as usual, madam.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, and you too, and let's get some great music for this election period to vibes us up and make us happy.
Yes, we have a very important topic to discuss where the music is concerned too, so, you know.
Yes, we look forward to that.
Yeah, man, so thanks much.
Blessings.
Yeah, man, all the best.
Thank you.
Yes, that was Donna Parchment Brown there, the political ombudsman.
Well, 1949, talking about Garden Town and talking about electoral violence. From 44, from before 44, there was there was violence, there was political violence with even the gun from before 1944. But it's really 1946 and 47 it step up. 46 and 47 including some local government election. And 49 it really step up. Gun warfare, killing and electoral violence. And people are leave from all town and go up in the hills of St. Andrew for go maul people and for go carry out electoral violence. That's where Group 69 came to the rescue of the PNP up in the hills of Constitution Hill. And as Hall's Delight, otherwise known as Azalite. And Garden Town. And Maryland too. I think the first man get killed in that election is up in the Maryland area. First man will get killed a farmer. I think he was on him way from work, but some political involvement. Maryland area. And when the killing took place and there was an inquiry afterwards, they had to move the inquiry and try bust a man too. No, that was when that was a Bellevue thing a couple of years before. But they did have a hearing. They did have a hearing in that time about the electoral violence and about some inflammatory words by Wills Isaacs, who was the warlord of the PNP. The warlord of the PNP was Wills Isaacs, a money man and farmer, ganja farmer and other things. And him did say, a few broken skulls, a few people being dead in a politics is nothing in the growth of a nation. That's what him say. A few broken skulls is nothing in the growth of a nation. So I'm saying, we are built a nation and some people are dead. That's what the warlord of the PNP at the time said. Bustamante was a warlord of the JLP. No, Norman Manley was not a warlord, but the warlord of the PNP was in close second, Wills Isaacs, the warlord of the PNP at that time, and one of the organizers of Group 69 down in the Matthews Lane, which was the PNP Garrison. PNP Garrison organized by Norman Manley himself, Wills Isaacs, Ken Hill and others. Organized the people down in the Matthews Lane into a fighting unit because Bustamante had battered them on the streets for years. From 42 right up till 46. Bustamante was battering the PNP. Withdraw from the PNP with the army, you know, and start batter them a road. They couldn't keep no meeting in peace at Kingston PNP. Till them decide to form up a fighting force out of the Matthews Lane people, named Group 69. And him conclude 1949 electoral violence, Wills Isaacs did by saying, a few broken skulls and a few dead people is nothing in the growth of a nation.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Well, my name is Dice, and I'm calling from the States. I wanted to call for a very long time, and I'm Jamaican. I left Jamaica when I was like 13 years old, so it's been a while. But I've been back and forth there, and I've always enjoyed and loved my country. And the thing is, I am very much concerned. When I was a kid, there was not much I can do. Now that I've become a man, there's much more I can do now, and I'm a psychologist, and I work through medicine also. Now, the reason why I'm calling is because there's a lot of things that's going on in the world, and it's affecting black people and also us Jamaicans. And it's been a while since I wanted to talk to Mutabaruka, because I did see Mutabaruka on, I think it's Religious Hard Talk, and there was a gentleman on there that is absolutely incorrect when he talks about the scriptures.
Who is incorrect?
the gentleman that was talking against Mutabaruka, because Muta was absolutely on point.
Yes.
You know, because I know that, and I really don't want to talk about the Christianity thing today, but I just want to, ever since I watched that with Muta, and I saw Muta was absolutely on point. Where he talks about our black civilization and the destruction of black civilization. You know, I am wondering why Jamaicans are not, the Jamaican kids are not being taught about Marcus Garvey, about King Selassie, about guys like Asher Hilliard, about like Sheik and Diop.
Yeah, we're not learning much about our black leaders and black greats.
Yes. The thing is, we are learning about these white people these white people are the last branch of humans that was ever even born on this planet. In fact, these white people, according to Ivan von Sertemeyer, Dr. Ivan von Sertemeyer, is actually our countryman, so he's not really Jamaican, but he's from the Caribbean too. And he clearly identified that these are pink Africans, so we were all born in Africa.
Yes.
Every one of us. Because even the Asians, the Asians, they are the San Bushmen from the Kalahari Desert. These are Negroid people with red skin. They can turn darker or redder. And these are where the Asian people come from. Now, my thing is this. Jamaica, my country, my home, the place I come for vacation. Jamaica needs to talk about our black leaders. This English, this homosexual English mindset, which started in Greece, needs to be put down, and we need to talk about the righteousness of Africa and the way of balancing the energy, male and female energy. The temple that I go to in Los Angeles, we balance the energy. When we pray, we talk about the female aspect and we talk about the male aspect. In everything, there is male and female. In papaya tree, that's we learn in Jamaica. Marijuana plant of a male and female. In animals, in the bugs, even in the water, there's hydrogen and there's oxygen. In our pH balance, the alkalinity is female. The acidity is male. Okay, so what I would like for the Jamaican government or the Jamaican people to do is to begin to teach about our nations, such as Ethiopia, Egypt, Uganda, where the whole civilization started from. We, the Jamaican kids, need to know about black people, not about white or not about Asians. And by the way, the Asians are trying to come over to Jamaica to take over. That's the reason why they only give Jamaicans a little jobs and give their friends. They don't even support Jamaican restaurants. They cook for their own people. Jamaica black people, wake up. We must see that these people are trying to destroy black civilization all over again. And we cannot allow this, especially Jamaicans, because we are warriors.
Yeah, man. Good point on which to end on.
Yes, thank you, man.
All right. Bless up. All right. So we have a press release here. Leaders of the two main political parties today call for an end to violence in all forms during the election campaign, saying that the acts were not only counterproductive, but were a major step back for the country. Now, according to the Prime Minister, as leader of the People's National Party, I denounce violence of any kind, anywhere, said Portia Simpson-Miller, adding that the signing of the political code was very important. She was speaking at Emancipation Park during the signing of the Code of Conduct by nominated candidates for the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew. Now, Andrew Holness, the leader of the opposition Jamaica Labour Party, who was also at the event, said the signing of the Code of Conduct was an important part of their democracy. The calls from the political leaders come a day after the election center, which is co-chaired by the political ombudsman and director of elections, asked the police to immediately ban political campaigning in the volatile St. James community of Flanker in the wake of the shooting death of 4 people between Sunday evening and Tuesday. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Who is Mr. Concrete Asphalt?
Same one.
Are you the poet?
Yeah, so them say so sometimes, you know.
Yeah, man, you're tough, man. I take in sometime at Sunday the morning time for Miss Andrea program. You're tough, you know.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah, man, cause you see, really we not on a radio station back down again, and then Western consciousness, everything gone left with, so, you know, area with station, you know?
Yeah, man, area the rock, man, the road.
Yeah, man, I want to look sunshine too, cause a long time, well, if a JB show, even one day when she come out with a court store show, lovely, we always win, you know, so big her up, said we. But anyway, still miss a asphalt, yeah. With the election thing, you know. Well, I think them should just get it over with and just get the thing settled down and see which one of them best can help out the people. Then,
well, let's say the 25th, you know, so we have what, 2 weeks or so? We have 2 weeks, you know.
We just keep it peaceful and make it just run off. Because if we postpone again, then you're going to have a whole lot of comment. Then Mrs. Simpson Miller not going to make a speech in a peace because everywhere she goes, we go speak now, them are going to say, what happened? Call election. So it's call now, so them just run it off, see what best can done for the people. Them.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, respect and thanks and keep up the poetry. I love it. Yes,
all right, sir. Give her thanks. Yeah.
All right, boy.
Politician barring other politician nomination from being covered and barring it from coming over the TV because police working with politician just like how gunman work with politician, and sometimes police is politician gunman and sometimes gunman is politician police, and Gordon Town is well known for that kind of thing, especially in 1980 when one candidate the day before nomination day was assassinated in Gordon Town when him arriving to Gordon Town at the gathering of the other candidate in the night, and police shot him dead on behalf of another side. Roy McGann was a candidate at the PNP, having come up through the GLP and switch over to the PNP with the assistance of Tony Spall and friend after serving in the reserves of the army. Roy McGann, a captain in the JDF reserves, candidate to be re-elected because he was a sitting MP for East Rural. That time it included all part of Augustown. I think it still probably include over my side of the riverbank where my house did capture in Bedward Garden, Dread Heights. And Roy McGann the day before, a man will chuck badness enough time. Him all chuck badness on behalf of the party and the government to help organize home guard and help organize brigadists to carry them go Cuba, go train and come back. And him a chuck it and chuck it and chuck it. Him all chuck it in my yard. Walk up in my yard a brandish. I don't want nothing to him still now, but I only show you how far him a chuck it far and wide. And him chuck it go straight up in the garden town where Joan Webley has set up. Joan Garden Webley. Remember a garden she named in the town named Garden Town. Well, she up there set up for days up there cook and feed. And her supporter them up there in the town well tuck in and eat. And Maggie and Chuck him way right go up in there. Running a some barrage of gunshot, but it was well set up. Him running it, them bait it, and him take the bait. DK Duncan warned him not to go up there, returning from a big PNP meeting out of country. DK Duncan tell him, said, don't go up a Garden Town, you cover town. Just let off your supporters a pop in and make them way up. But Magian say him a convoy them and him escort them himself with him gun. And him go in a Garden Town with him gun. Make him give him supporters safe passage. Gunfire break out between the police and a Garden Town. And Roy McGann and him bodyguard. Bodyguard and Roy McGann dead as knit. Dead as knit the day before nomination. PNP have to find our next candidate by next day. But as they did show you over there in Trelawney, people who are well organized always have a second well ready. You know, there's cannon fodder. The man at the front sometimes a cannon fodder, and send them go dead and sacrifice. And replacement shot is always there. Anyway, I told you to observe carefully nomination day and learn, listen and learn, and live and learn. So one candidate barred from being covered by the press so that it may not be shown on TV. Am I talking about conspiracy theory, or is it so? If it is not so, call me and tell me that it's not so. Why is it that police barred the press and told the press that the electoral officers say that no press must come in there? Saying that is electoral officer saying that officers saying there's no press must come in there. A little more electoral officers confute that and say they gave no such order to these political police. They gave no such order for the press to be barred. But this is how they fight one another, and this is how they use different instruments to counteract one another, the GLP and the PNP.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think you was going to ask the Ambos lady about that incident we see on the TV where these police dressed up in jacket and that in political observer organizations prevent the journalists from going the polling station when the wife of the leader of opposition was nominated. Did you see it on TV?
Oh, I think I said something last night, but it's not she alone. It was the two of them. I think she did, the man did block the other one too. I never saw.
Some people at the polling station, they call themselves police and coffee.
Yes.
But they get information to block the
that was a very strange one, and for true. And we should really find out. But
I think you
still can't find out.
But they get information to block the
that was a very strange one, and for true. And we should really find out. But
I think you
still can't find out.
Yeah, man, I just do that, brethren.
Yeah, man, but whenever have it at the time, we can still ask her. All right.
Yeah, and some more things.
Yeah.
Look more.
Hello.
Yes, King.
Greetings.
Rastafari live it every time.
Yeah, man. Selassie, man.
Well, you called before earlier, the one that said Jamaican people need to know their roots and their history.
Yes.
And culture. It's a serious thing, my brethren. Our people have been lost in their identity from how long and cannot find back themselves at no time. And I'm trying to figure out why is it that they, the Israelite people, the chosen people, out of the entire world, the Almighty said, I chosen one nation for itself. And I dwell in that city, and that city is Mount Zion, Jerusalem, the city of the living Almighty Creator. And the Israelite people, which are Jamaican people, lost their entire culture as the Israelites, the entire world. They are the one that the Almighty love and chosen.
So how are we going to regain the culture? How are we going to regain the culture? How are we going to
regain the culture? Each one teach one. Mutabaruka teach them a lot of things where other radio station don't teach them.
Yes.
I myself teach them a lot. Because there's a lot of things with our people and most of them sometimes ignore from read.
But look like most people now listen still.
Yeah, a lot of people will listen. Can learn and learn from what they listen and hear. Because there's so many things that going on. As the brethren say, I'm a physician. I'm the doctor that people call Muta. And when it comes to sickness and diseases, no one on the planet Earth must not die from a sickness and diseases, because every single one of them can be cured. And every sickness and disease affects your blood. That's why you need to alkaline the blood, clean the blood, get rid of the impurities, parasites, germs, bacteria, and virus that live in the bloodstream. Make your life comfortable. The food you eat, eliminate certain food. Pork, chicken, they inject a thing named arsenic in chicken that give, which is cancer agent. Colgate toothpaste that most people use carry cancer agent, which is fluoride. So they come and tap water what they drink, right? Having the fluoride in them. And these things what give people all kind of different cancer. And when you come to cancer, every single cancer in the human being body can be eradicated and cured naturally. Right here in Jamaica, we have Guinean plants, we have tuna, we have carrots, we have noni, we have beetroot. All these things cure cancer. We have young soursop blend out in Jamaica white rum with bicarbonate of soda, which is baking soda and honey, cure cancer. We have white ventilated sugar,
Cut him off. Madman that. Oh.
Hello?
Yeah, man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man, you're on.
Roger?
Yes, man, you're live.
I'm live. Good afternoon, Roger. This is Dr. Christina Sinclair. I would like to encourage all Jamaicans to Google the Jamaican Akan root. It's Jamaican Akan, A-K-A-N root.
Okay.
And I would love it very much if you would play Hail Him by Rasmandito. That would absolutely lift our spirits this day. Mm-hmm. And another thing, Roger, since we're looking for ourselves
before you go further, just give me a quick synopsis of what it is all about.
The Jamaican Akan root?
Yes.
It traces our history as we came out of Ethiopia, all the way through the middle, all the way from out of Ethiopia, Egypt, all the way through Timbuktu. It traces our journey. That we are the people of the scripture. And when you visit, when you Google and you visit, you too can pick up your Bible and trace how we ended up out here in the Middle Passage. We came through the Middle Passage, but we did not materialize in the Atlantic.
True.
So, and if we did materialize in the Atlantic, then we would be the Atlanteans.
Yes.
But we did not materialize in the Atlantic.
Yeah, that's the education we have been taught, So.
Right. But, lack of knowledge, so many people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And I tell you something, the knowledge that we lack is destroying us. Because once we know who we are as a people, then we know our value. Then we could decide who lead us and where they lead us to.
All right.
One other thing, though. I would like for our people to read Jeremiah 23. We're the most Christian nation in the world, yet we're the most... My God, what is happening to our people? We need to get back to the scriptures, that basic instruction.
We have the most churches,
earth. We have the most churches, and you're telling me with all of these pastors, we can't get our people to behave? Jeremiah 23 will tell us why that is not possible at this time. And Isaiah 3 is for the whole nation. It'll tell you, script by script, what is happening to us and why we find ourselves in a position that we're in right now. It says, as for my people, women rule over them and children are their oppressors. It says, woe to the shepherds that feed themselves and not the flock. They're so fat and shine, their countenance does testify against them. How much further do we need to go? Hail Him by Rasmandito. Rastafari is the Almighty.
Yeah, man. All right. Give thanks.
Please play that for us.
All right. Give thanks. If we find it. All right.
Love Irie FM, how they lick that.
Do you know how it feels to grow in the ghetto? Yes, big brother. We know. Unbroken bottles and rubbish heaps.
Yeah, just to remind you that the phone lines remain open, on the Steppn Razor. Say something, no? Say something. 974-5051, 974-5079, 974-5043, Digicel 618-0352, toll free 1-888-991-4152. Steppn. And just to remind the people that this is not Mutabaruka, this is concrete asphalt sitting in for Muta today.
Sitting in the darkness, searching for the light.
Hello.
Yes, my general. Yes, sitting in Muta.
Yeah, man.
Hello, Muta there.
Why you need to turn on your radio first?
No, I'm not radio on, my general. No, my radio tell me to make sure plug it out.
Alright, may I hear myself too, but go on, talk.
Yeah, man.
Hey, where's the now?
Yeah, back on this political thing, because I see I deal with it, Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, that's why when I see the thing I go right now, the political thing, them, with the meeting business and two flankers and them thing, then, all the man them deal with it, I know more the man, the people in the town, them get confused because enough people, it's like, them now come straight to them and make them know the 100 and say, a JLP and JLP a war. Yeah, because enough people put it the next year. After the second thing happening, two flankers now, when them see the PMP go through, then them say, them will try to go through and then them, that but the thing is, because them did kill one of the man from Nigeria, one of the man from Flackers dead.
Sunday night.
So Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
And them should have known, say, and Mr. McGregor tell them, say, them not forgot two flankers. Them for go wrong, but some obey him and some take shot it and go through.
Let me ask you something. So both the PNP and the JLP go through. Them disobey the police orders.
No, well, you know.
Yeah.
Me not let me tell the PNP not for go through. Me not telling a life under one day.
Okay.
But them they totally tell the JLP because you're enough for them.
Strong
meeting the man, trying to meet the man dead, and the man is dead come from flankers.
Yeah.
So them tell him, say, don't go through there, but through, the PNP go through now, Chang, say, him to the PNP go through, them check for them, gonna go through, but the man, them are set for them, because them kill them down from up there, and about 200 feet from them yard, them a drive past, and the man, them deal with them thing. One of the people to understand to know says JLP and JLP is not PNP and JLP. PNP and JLP live good. Me a Spangler, so me and my showman friend them live. We live good. We never worry about it,
But all we hear that, especially from a particular individual, that the police still need to do some more research and need to do more investigation.
Well, I don't know about that more investigation there whatsoever, but them knowing of themselves say a JLP kill JLP. So them to make the people them understand the things. Not everybody listen irate, but most people look for news and them put it up on the news too. And them for knowing of themselves say, and on a political thing. Because PNP and JLP live good. No political thing really now going right now, I just that incident there make it look away. Mm-hmm. And me as a Spanglers now, me not too like that because me have no showman friend, And which way me live? Me live in a Harvard-Tree division, And me say me never move yet in my youth. And all them things that we are going that don't make people look for them things they will get rid of a long time. And if a man even book him enemy, that's so. Don't do that, that's so. Because it's going to look bad for them. So whether PNP or JLP, it's going to look bad for them. You have to do that. Yeah, because I remember, so if you can remember when Bruce attacked a stadium in arena, and the man fight over money, and fire gunshot behind the man head backstage and kill people, Them now no discipline, man. Them have to discipline them party. Hey, me go up on the road, you know, them put me as a marshal, you know what marshal mean? You same time, the PMP them go on them going on people place and some of them no pay for them things and people don't make alarm. Me just go to them and let them know say, yo, what go on? Them say, no, say the man they take away, we just say, yo, this can cover it off. I will go on by the business, we are marshal, city as we don't black road.
So you go work election day?
Yeah, man, I work in election.
You are one day police?
No, I'm not work with police.
No, man, I'm not a police force. No, you have one day police.
No, I'm not a one day police. I'm a runner. Me pick up, me link up people for vote and I work like that, so yeah. But I tell you something general, the thing is, political violence thing, not for go on and no political thing.
People violence, like man. That make no sense, man. You know, make no sense.
It make people look away, man. Because the thing is,
look like we still are living in the past.
Yeah, them things that we done with, man. Because I have some little show, man, friend them down pan back road there, so where on my ends there, so then them, we go them party, them come a full party. We live good. When we say good, we live real good, my general. Because me the man, me 50 a year old, you know, and me never ever in no violence with nobody on a political and no man ever this mate neither. Come to my liberal friend dead, you know. I'm gonna make sure to go to a brand new Peter Phillips Gantz, you know, and my jacket and my pants and my Desmond, you know. I'm going funeral. I let liberal salute me, look everybody in a green, but me in a orange. Because the things I'm a bridge.
So you live good. You live good.
You want to, man.
So if you go, man, live by example, man.
Yo, the man for cut out the function, but the man for make the thing no straight. Say, I know. PMP and JLP and JLP kill one another virgin.
Alright.
Because you have some people on the road still, you know.
Alright.
When I listen nothing, you know. Now understand the thing, you know. I want them to know it straight up. So, virgin, so big up yourself and big up Muta when them forward.
Yeah, man.
Muta listen still, you know.
Yeah, man. Muta, man.
Because anyway, them listen like Mutabaruka. You listen, Steppn Razor.
Yeah.
You know him do that, you see, but just big up yourself. Hear me,
yeah, man. Give her thanks, man. Bless up. Hello?
Mr. Roger.
Yes, sir. Our mom. Which one of them?
Sir, man, respect, man.
Yeah, man.
Look here, you have a car?
Me?
You have a car?
Yeah, my little thing is where I carry me around, you know.
Respect, man. Does that car come with a manual?
Yes.
So you don't think that man have a manual?
I don't think that what?
I'm asking you, do you think that human being has a manual?
Human being has a manual?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the doctors them from time immemorial would do up a thing for the human body, yes, over time.
No, Mr. Right, manual, how to react, how to perform, what to do to make you perform better or worse.
Yeah, all right, go on, Tano.
What I'm saying is a thing called, is a book called the Bible.
Yes.
Which is a manual for mankind.
Okay.
If you abide by the principle and the teachings of Christ, you can't go wrong.
But you know Muslims use the Bible too.
Yes, I do know.
Yeah, and, other people use the Bible.
You have Muslim, you have Muslim Raj.
And you have Rasta people use the Bible
Muslim.
too, you know?
You have Muslim Raj who are not really Muslim.
Yeah, true.
They are just religious extremists.
And you have the Christian them like that too.
Right. But if one abide by the principles and the teachings of Christ, that is written as a manual for the guide for human being, that wouldn't end this problem.
So you say now, rallying point for all humanity is the Bible.
Jesus Christ, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie said, it is a duty of every man to love the Bible. It is a rallying point of all humanity.
True. Him did say so for true.
Right.
So you said that to say what now?
Saying to say that the problem human beings have is because we are differ from the path of righteousness. And until that, and we have to come back to that consciousness, whether by free will or by force.
Okay.
That's my contribution, Rod.
All right, give thanks.
Yes, sir.
As we said earlier, you heard about the 120th anniversary of the Battle of Adwa. Italy tried to conquer Ethiopia in 1896. It never worked out. Them come back again in 1935. That's when His Majesty go to the League of Nations, now the precursor to the United Nations, and warned the people. And there he gave his famous speech until the philosophy. You know how it go, Bob Marley sing it and so on. And you know that this year is the 50th anniversary of the visit of His Majesty to Jamaica. I know they have some activities coming up, but we're going to talk about that some more. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Roger, good afternoon.
Yeah, man.
How are you doing?
Good, you know.
I heard you play a couple of children's songs.
Yes.
Earlier.
Yes.
I'd just like to introduce you to one.
Which one that now?
So you can introduce it to the young people. It is called Cry With Me by Skip Marley.
Skip? That's a Bob Marley grandson, that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them a touch, huh?
Pardon me?
Give the children a touch.
All right, well, I'll try to locate it.
All right.
Yeah, man, so we're saying, you know, the 50th anniversary of His Majesty visit to Jamaica. And you know it is done in song, you know.
Well, I've seen many world leaders, many heads of state, but none of them impressed me. Like when I was youth, about 6, 7 years when King Selassie I visit, 1966, one time Rasta for a safe. Lord, the visit of the King Selassie I, Lord, it was the year 1966. When Selassie I made a visit, me say Rasta make the wicked them look like rubbish. One, thousand of people judge and know the crowd take. It was good weather but the rain did a drip. Me say every dreadlock I burn up a cliff. Say when they play land me hear the Rasta music. Say rain stop fall, rainbow come quicker. And on the plane wing a flock of white bird pitch. Selassie come out with the lion and him stick in a military clothes with the sword on him hip. He was a small man about 4'6". Babylon them have to run, them couldn't stand it because the airport come like Rasta day stress. Me say thousand a chalice, me say thousand a split. When Selassie I speak, him not speak English. He speak the language called the Arabic. Jaja no 56 now, home of me yard, me reach a stadium. Figure Selassie chant Babylon kingdom. Say Rasta ball head, say old and young. Say who no have no sweet them, sit down on the ground. I was a small man, but me have me wisdom. It's the first in my life, me see so much ganja money. The Babylon makes them couldn't lock way down. Inside the stadium was God's only son. Him will up him and the ganja start burn. Can we name get up the place done upside down.
Hello?
Yeah, Roger. Good evening.
Good afternoon, man.
But me can't believe, sir. Me so unfortunate I have to lose $300 if we get to you.
You serious?
Very serious.
Alright, we're sorry, man.
Anyway, I'm not hold up the time, I know.
Yeah, because it'll go run off again.
I just want to mention something towards this political thing.
Yeah.
Number one, Roger, it is plain to see that his labor right is fighting against them oneself. That's a one. Because I'm not going through the details of it. The other one is Jamaican people don't remember. And easy for forget. Why? The Honorable P.J. Patterson had already come out to the nation and tell them, say, while we are in the IMF, the babies that don't ban all this country. And that gentleman did it so well that he came out of it. Now the Labour Party go back in it, Roger. And then they go in there and go back in it. Then borrow. They borrow $1.8 billion. Don't pay back any. Don't the PNP come back in power. What do they expect? We don't believe that we have to pay more tax to pay back that money. The other one is, Roger, most of that IMF money do not pay to the benefit to Jamaican. You know that?
Yeah.
It benefits to them. It benefits to the 60 people. How many million they get per year? So while we, the local people, the poorer class of people cannot understand and learn from what them see and what them feel. Thank you, Roger.
Yeah, man. IMF mean I man feel it.
Well, I've seen many world leaders, many heads of state, but none of them impressed me. Like when I was youth, about 6-7 years when King Selassie I visit, 1966, one tight Rasta for a safe. Lord, the visit of the King Selassie I, Lord, it was the year 1966. When Selassie I made a visit, me say Rasta make the wicked them look like rubbish. One, thousand of people judge and know the crowd pick. It was good weather but the rain did a drip. Me say every dreadlock I burn up a cliff. Say when they plane land me hear the Rasta music. Say rain stop fall, rainbow come quicker. And on the plane wing a flock of white bird pitch. Selassie come out with him lion and him stick. In a military clothes with the sword on him hip. He was a small man about 4'6". Babylon them have to run, them couldn't stand it. Because the airport come like Rasta Day Street. Me say toes and a chalice, me say toes and a split. When Selassie I speak, him not speak English. He speak the language called the Arabic. Enough man get frightened, enough man get panic. Cause when it come to language, judge I know 56 now. Home of me yard, me reach a stadium. Figure Selassie chant Babylon kingdom. Say Rastafari head, say old and young. Say who no have no seat, them sit down on the ground. I was a small man, but me have me wisdom. Is it first in my life, me see so much ganja burn. The Babylon makes them couldn't lock me down. Inside the stadium was God's only son. Him will up him and the ganja stand burn. Cause when him get up, the place turn upside down. Pure lightning and thunder round the stadium. When Selassie I come, the herb did burn. But now him gone home, them a run with dung. It named the visit of the King Selassie I. Lord, it named the visit of the King Selassie I. When, boom, it was the year 1966. In a day when Selassie visit here for only 3 days. Him come in a April, him no come in a May. Every factory locked down, every game stop play. Man stop on cigar, man a fling we craving here. Pure sense him in a spliff and chalice spoon all day. Ethiopian Orthodox and 12 tribe drum and play. Say thousands of people line up along the highway. It's of government, police, parliamentarians. When Selassie show himself, every man start pray. Say 10,000 ganja pipelines right away. 21 guns salute immediately. For the greatest king to ever visit here. Him always have him lion, him not trod one away. The sword pan him hip glisten like sun. It named the visit of the King Selassie I. Lord, it named the visit of the King Selassie I. And dedicated to New York, Natty Dread. And dedicated to London, Congo Dread. And dedicated to Jamdung, Natty Dread. Now all the rest of the children will die. See, I know them afraid of you. But this one dedicated to all the youths them who afraid of dreadlocks. Rasta nice people, doctor tell them. Hold tight. Hey, when me was a youth, me used to fear that dreadlocks. Come mama tell me them a black out man. Them can't come and sweet because them afraid of Babylon. Them don't live a house, say them live a woodland. Say them way cut off me and put in a first aid van. The thing with the smoke it no fit for you man. But no me come a man they get for understand. Say Rasta is life and salvation. Say Rasta is right and the Babylon wrong. The Babylon don't never hurt a Christian. But this line
Yes, the dread of the Jamaica Labour Party government. between 1963 and 1972. And a matter of fact, as I've told you several times on this program, at the closing session of the Parliament, the closing session in 1972 February, David Core making his last statement in the 67 Parliament, 67 to 72 Parliament. His last statement, he quoted not only the Bible, but just the nines and the dominoes. How long shall the wicked reign over my people? And it look long because it's 40 a year from that, and the two wicked them still are reign over the people. Because they would never put them there to reign. They were not created to reign, they were created to serve, but then come to reign. And I tell you, it applies now. Carry go, bring come. Let's go for matter of fact, although I did point out that Cynthia Wilmot and Fred Wilmot were close associates of Carlos Malcolm. Carlos Malcolm actually used to live out of them place out of Bullby, and then New Drummond. The fact is that several trained musicians, including Freddie, what's his name? Sonny Bradshaw and others, tried to put down Drummond. They were a little bit jealous of the acclaim that he received. Tried to put down Drummond as not being that good. And it is true that Fred Wilmot himself, he kind of put down Drummond, but kind of put Drummond in a place, but Drummond cannot be put in any place.
She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic, touch me on me back.
International recording artist Shaggy is hinting that he may be releasing an album or several songs this summer. He told his fans on Instagram to get ready for his music via a post on the social networking app. The entertainer recently signed a multi-album deal with an independent label in New York, Brooklyn Nights. Nights distributes music through Sony Music Entertainment affiliated Sony Red. Shaggy, who announced the news on his Instagram page, thanked members of his team from Ranch Entertainment and Solid Agency for their assistance with the album deal. It's a go. Nesbeth says politicians can use his hit song My Dream in their political campaigns. The reggae singer says he is for the people, and if the song means anything to the politicians and their supporters, they are welcomed to use the song. He says he has signed with JCAP and receives royalties for the use of his song.
As it relates to the election campaign, I am for the people. The moment I put that song out the studio, it is no longer just Nesbeth. If you think this song means as much as it's supposed to mean to you and you want to play, amen, so let it be. It's a world song. So the song in its own way, shape or form, it's uplifting. So I can't say who is supposed to use it and who is not supposed to use it. What I do know is that I am signed up with JCAP, and JCAP go the extra mile to get whatever the royalties that is of any concern to do with the song.
Nesbeth's My Dream has been frequently used at the rallies of both the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party. Is there really a feud between Foota Hype and Bounty Killer? Well, popular selector Foota Hype says he is not in any feud with the DJ. This following a video posted on Instagram by Bounty Killer yesterday in response to Hype saying Killer isn't one of the hottest DJs on the scene now. Speaking with Music News, the selector says he did not disrespect the veteran DJ, but gave his honest opinion when asked who are the hottest entertainers now in the business.
This man a war about him a legend, and one went to already, me never asked. The people them never asked me, you're a legend, you know. They never asked me, but it's a hit song already because nobody can take that from Bounty Killer. You are a great artist and you have done great wonders in this game. But the question was who's hot right now and who's not hot right now. Unfortunately, his names were one of the names I mentioned. I said, Bounty Killer, my DJ, is a general in him own right and not well in general status, but he's not hot right now because he's voicing for the wrong producer. That's what I said. I mean, I hate Bounty Killer, but but I lose respect Steve now because disrespect me in a major way.
Calls by music news to Bounty Killer went unanswered. On the international scene, the woman who claimed Chris Brown and his crew hit and tossed her out of a Las Vegas party has now filed a lawsuit against him. Lizianne Gutierrez filed documents in Clark County, Nevada, laying out the details of the night she allegedly went to the party. She says she went to Chris's room at the Palms Hotel and Casino and someone from the singer's crew hit her. In the suit, she also says someone in the room took her cell phone. Gutierrez is suing for battery, theft, and also defamation over a video Chris Brown posted calling her too ugly to be in his party. Vegas police previously cleared Chris of any criminal wrongdoing for lack of evidence. Celebs celebrating their birthday today are U.S. singers Sheryl Crow, Brandy, and Kelly Rowland. This day in music in 1989, a memorial was held for dubmaster Osborne Ruddock, more popularly known as King Tubby. And in 2012, Whitney Houston was found dead at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, submerged in a bathtub. It was later ruled by the coroner that to have been an accidental drowning.
Of course, today also, in 1990, Nelson Mandela, the leader of the movement to end South African apartheid, was released from prison after 27 years. So time fly. I remember the day, them time that, which one was the day? Yeah, post office. Me usually work at post office them time then. Remember the long motorcade from airport and the man come up South Camp Road, Cross Road, join the motorcade when he came to Jamaica. But 27 years ago, Mandela was released from prison, of course, the late Nelson Mandela. And of course, my favorite singer of all time, 2012, she dropped out this day, Whitney Houston, Mandela. And of course, my favorite singer of all time, 2012, she dropped out this day, Whitney Houston, Yeah, so that's that occasion then. Hello, good afternoon. Hello?
I would just like to make a comment. There's an article that came out in the newspaper recently about the ganja plan.
Yes.
And in it, they stated that in the sales, like if the ganja plan had two eras, recreational and industrial, the recreational era would provide at least 700,000 jobs. Right? And therefore, they didn't state anything about the agricultural side, the industrial side.
All right, hold on, stick up in. You're talking in Jamaica?
Yeah, in Jamaica.
700,000 jobs?
700,000 jobs.
Which article is
right? In the recreational side, the sales side alone. Right? And then, if you add the agricultural side to produce the goods, right? That would be roughly another 300,000. So at least 1 million people would be, jobs would be created. Now I see where the Prime Minister and the opposition, they're talking about 100,000 and 200,000 jobs. And I'm wondering to myself, if the ganja industry can produce that amount of jobs, why the hell the government talking about 100 and 200,000 jobs? And there's a whole lot more jobs that can be created. Well, that's what I want to know.
Remember, one of the parts of them promised them all legalize it fully, So, I don't know that all goes still, but you can imagine.
Well, and my thing, all they need to do is have just two sides to it, recreational and industrial, right? Make it very simple. Recreational, you produce strictly local, no foreign intervention. There's a big market here in Jamaica.
All right, hold on. All right, you talk about recreational, and most people, when you talk about ganja, is smoke. A man roll up a spliff and smoke. Where you think is recreational, apart from that?
And apart from that,
yes,
like at Rebel Salute the other day, we had this layout of all the other things that can be ganja-related products, right? That's what I'm talking about, sales, right? Not only those smoking alone. You understand? So, in my estimation, if take for instance the the rum industry, liquor industry. They have at least 20,000 outlets in each parish, right? And if the government would just say legalize the herb and then create at least 5,000 of these outlets in each parish, okay?
Well, you know, them signed to international. You know, in terms of that though, it's not so easy though, you know, because them signed to multi-international agencies regarding whole drug, the movement and retailing of and wholesaling of drugs, and that a part of it.
I'm beginning to wonder, you know. I'm beginning to wonder as a Jamaican, born and bred here, if the people that are in power had power, my age and otherwise, if they're really serious about really helping this country. Because I think, because of the negative thing that had been attached together, if they allowed ganja to develop, it could produce a lot of jobs and create less poverty, less stress, people, less crime, you know. So I don't understand. They're running around trying to get professionals. Professionals are few, you see. Those jobs are very few, right? But the sales job, that is a huge sales. There's a head of a local market here in Jamaica for weed and provides a big economy.
And Jamaica grow the best ganja, don't?
Yeah. See, and it provides money and oh God, I can't believe the government, both parties, with all that talk about reducing and making it legal, they have to come more specific and outline what they want to do, because they're trying to bring a lot of foreign people. The local market don't need no foreigners in it, right? We can do our thing. We have our because our system has already been contaminated by a lot of foreign coming in and doing all kind of shit, you know. So, you know, I don't understand how this country is being.
All right, them all listen. All right?
Yeah.
All right, give thanks.
One love.
Yeah. But you know, this is Black History Month, you know, and also Reggae Month. And them say we get a little month for showcase Black history. You know, we in the know that, you know, Black History Month really stop on February 29 when it's a leap year, and February 28 when it's not a leap year. Black history is right through the year for us, you know, and Black history also remind of some of the things that set us back. And you know, we want to talk about some European countries now that paid millions in reparations to slave owners when enslaved black people were freed. We're going to explore that after this call. Hello?
Yeah, bless up, big brother.
Bless up, man.
Yeah, man, the boss not in still, but more left a message of him.
Yeah, left it, no?
Yeah, Empress out her name, Makeda. You know, she show me some picture of him, and, you know, when most of them young days.
Yeah. Wait, so you have a picture of who?
No, Empress showed me a picture on him of Muta.
Okay. He would have loved that, you know. I know he would have loved that.
Yeah, man. I want to picture. I'm not talking about powerful, I'm talking about long time picture.
Yeah, man, he would have loved that, man. He would have loved that. Yeah.
But more I show you vibes. Couple years ago, I down on Stanton Terrace. I don't know if I'm changing name, but they call her Roosevelt. I come across Warren Newby and Mr. Steve Wright. That on Steve Wright there.
Yeah.
So speed walk up to him and I said, Mr. Steve Wright, you Steve wrong. You know, I said the man kind of find the phone still and
you mean the man who run out of St. Thomas there?
Yes, man, him see a man, Mr. Steve Wright.
Yeah.
So him step off and me and Mr. Newby talk and come down to the argument, Mr. Newby asked me vote. So I said, I turn to the stallman and Mr. Simple was still left at the top of the road. Bless up Mr. Simple anyway there. So Mr. Simple, did I vote for JLP, make them shoot in their back, or did I vote for PNP, make them stab you? So in them turn and I laugh and I make Jamaica know say
are the same thing. The kids now, you cannot vote with them same people, and the same thing will come every 4 years. Yeah, man. So that's what I want to share because I think it's the program. I'm going to see what I go on. Man, I shoot people rallying and
yeah, so you say them re-strategize and wheel and come again and come with a new way because it's the same thing. If you're in opposition, your deviousness to get there, and when you get there, it's the same thing. And when you're in power, you're devious to the people same way. So it's just the same thing. That's the way I said.
I say, them to take what them get already and that's gone. Yeah? And I say, them not get enough already, Them done meal quick. Left, right, and center, them must can't satisfy now. And it's gone, All of that, that's for them.
I wish us luck. Alright.
No, man, Jamaica, we cannot take certain things more serious than certain things.
Yeah. Alright.
So you see them are serious people. Them run for the revolution and, uprising. So we Jamaica now.
Yeah. I'm talking about Haiti. You know about Martelly, right?
Martelly, I read the news now. Yeah, the Prime Minister was stepped down.
Yeah, man. Well, he ended his presidential term on Sunday and without handing power to a successor. And, of course, it is in an electoral crisis, highlighting Haiti's long struggle to keep democracy on track in the 30 years since the Duvalier dictatorship ended. Yeah, Haiti people kind of revolutionary still, I mean, them a come from far, them go through them struggles and still go through them struggles, Sometimes we need to take a leaf out of them book as to how to deal with things still,
Yeah, that's true.
You have any more points?
Somehow man, somehow to licky, man, somehow to, and just don't care, we don't busy about certain things will affect the masses, so we just turn a blind eye to it,
Yeah. All right, sir.
Yeah, man, bless up, big brother.
All right, bless up.
All right.
Yeah. So we were saying earlier that there were some countries that paid millions in reparations to slave owners when enslaved black people were freed. All right. First one here, France from Haiti. Of course, Haiti gained independence from France in 1804. And then the French returned 21 years later with 12 warships armed with 500 cannons and demanded that Haiti compensate France for the loss of men and slave colony. Now, in exchange for French recognition of Haiti as a sovereign republic, France forced Haiti to pay 150 million francs, or the modern-day equivalent of $21 billion. That is one of the reasons why Haiti remains in the state it is today. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, greetings.
Yes.
My name is Ras Asta Black.
Ras Asta Black.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So the man running again?
Yes.
Where are you running this time, sir?
Pardon me?
Where are you running this time?
I'm in South St. James, where I'm from.
Oh. Yeah, man.
And, right now we have more push carts pushing water more than push carts in Falmouth Market and Montego Bay Market put together. So my goal is to eradicate that and to put water in the communities.
Yeah.
And my goal as Jamaica Alliance Movement is to bring every independent-minded people together as one. So we are igniting the third force.
Let me ask you something, Ross. Why? Let me ask you something. Why the masses not rate people, independent people, and people like yourself and so on? Why? Because you always have the thing, the solution, and the people them don't rate, Or why you think so?
I think it's media literacy. So when you say something like that the people don't rate us, it puts in the people's mind. Like if you say renter dread, everybody, every time you look at a Rastaman, you think that Rastaman is for rent. So when you say people don't rate us, that means that you're telling people not to rate us. And that's media literacy. And we want
so you blame the media for that?
Huh?
You blame the media for that?
Yeah, man. It's like you say a man jump on stage and say renter dread. That means the education, the word is out that Rasta is renter.
Yeah, I hear that. But what about the history, where history says one time an independent candidate ever win?
Independent has won in Trelawney. Right now, an independent candidate is running who, when it came time for him to become the mayor of Falmouth, he joined force with one of the political parties. Now, I'm not about that. I am about joining all independent-minded people together under one banner. And the banner is a certified, registered political party, the NDM. So I am reigniting the flame of the NDM to bring everybody under all the independent-minded people, because people are fed up with the political party right now.
NDM?
Yes.
You're running for the NDM, or which one?
Yes. NDM is the banner I'm running under.
NDM, are you a party now?
Pardon me?
NDM, are you a party now?
Yes.
Okay, we never know.
NDM is mine. NDM is mine, and everyone who running as an independent candidate, I would recommend they fall under one banner, but we don't have to. We are still all independent-minded people. So I'm recommending that everyone who don't like the JLP and the PNP, even if you think you're wasting your vote, waste your vote on independent, and we'll have transparency in Parliament, and that's what we need, independent-minded people to be in Parliament now. And it's not about yesterday. Nobody respects us, or nobody think that we're going anywhere. We will go. If you don't like JLPNP, then waste your vote this time on us. Don't waste it on JLP or PNP. Waste it on an independent candidate, no matter where an independent candidate is registered and nominated. Please represent. Go out and vote for an independent candidate.
All right, Ross. Bless up.
You know what? When you look at the ganja issues now,
we have to run, doing it. You have to run, but you have to wrap up in 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Rastafari, all we need is one license, because you have PJ Patterson and Edward Siaga own a company that have a license. Right now, all Rastafari need, and I'm asking all Rastafari to come together. We just want one license for all of us. One license for all of us, and that's what we want as Rastafari, coming together as one.
All right, them listen. Bless up.
People go out and vote independent.
Now all the Rasta children hold tight. See, I know them afraid of you, but this one dedicated to all youths them who afraid of dreadlocks. Rasta nice people, the doctor tell you that. Hold tight. Hey, when we was a youth, me used to afraid of dreadlocks. Come mama tell me them a black out man. Them can't come and sweet me cause them afraid of Babylon. Them don't live a house, say them live a woodland. Say them way cut off me head put in a first aid fan. The thing with the smoke it no fit for you man. But no me come a man make it for understand. Say Rasta is life and salvation. Say Rasta is right and the Babylon wrong. The Babylon don't never hurt a Christian. But this life tasting them would and kill Rasta man. Comedian, then you have the Muslim and the Rastafarian. Which one are your religion?
Alright, earlier we were previewing that we'll be having Herbie Miller, the curator at the Jamaica Music Museum, a musical director at the Institute of Jamaica, and just a preamble as to what we'll be discussing. The decades of the 1960s and 70s were turbulent times in Jamaica's political history, and as this election fever heats up in this month and people prepare to go to the polls, we can't help but remember that many Jamaican recordings that were associated with politics of those times, some of the songs were deliberately written either in support or denouncement of one party or another, while others initially had nothing to do with politics but were conveniently used by political parties to bolster their campaigns and in some cases to win elections. A man who is some expert on this topic is Herbie Miller. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Roger. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, How are you doing?
All right, but I don't want to fool the people about that many experts, and I'm a trier.
All right. I will elaborate on that. All right. So, the politics and music, the mixture, in terms of political parties using them. Give us a synopsis as to How far this go back?
I'm glad you asked that because I really want to set the context by saying that if you think of it, you know, our forebearers who were captured and brought to the New World used song, dance, and music as a way to protest the conditions that they found themselves in. And so, you know, I want to go back to Igbo, I can't go there. I want to go back to Tata, I can't go there. These are plantation songs, including Fly Away Home. You know, the spirit to just free itself by going back to Africa. You think about even the Modern Day Rebellion.
Yeah.
Just after slavery, some 60 odd years after slavery. Again, a lot of drum beating, a lot of conch shell blowing and horn blowing, and lyrical music, songs, were a part of how Bogle and his people motivated themselves to go head on into the inevitable.
And this is clearly political.
I'm sorry?
And this is clearly political, in the sense.
Check the political, of course. It was a political struggle, the Modern Day Rebellion. It was a political struggle, the struggle for emancipation. But music, song, dance was a huge part of a resistance. You come up to 1938, the labor riots. People singing Onward Christian Soldiers. People singing all kinds of hymns and folk songs that were about freedom. You know, the labor strikes, people wanted autonomy, they wanted freedom, they wanted better wages, they wanted liberation from what was still a plantation society. And so by the time you get to the late 50s, early 60s and the Federation movement, you have a lot of songs, both sides, talking about Federation, not only in Jamaica, but coming out of especially Trinidad too.
Yes.
So you have a man right here in Jamaica by the name of Lord Larrow, who is indeed from Trinidad, but made is living in Jamaica. He sang a lot of pro-Federation songs.
Yes.
As he did in the 1970s, he sang a lot of pro-PNP Michael Manley songs.
What about Lord Creator? What about Lord Creator?
He didn't, there's nothing by Creator that fit in that mold.
Okay.
But as you said earlier on, many songs that were not written as a political song became political. Now, keep in mind, too, that this is not only taking place in Jamaica. It takes place along the development, the political development of the United States of America, among other places. You think about songs like No More Auction Block for Me. You think about songs to do with the labor movement. Even into the 60s, the civil rights movement. Songs were a huge part of how the message went across.
Yes.
Likewise, by 1972, well, let me not read 72 yet.
Yeah, well, we kind of need, Herbie, we kind of need to speed it up to the 70s because, you know, the 70s was the time.
Prior to 72, what you had in party politics in Jamaica were a lot of party songs. Now go follow Buster Man to tell me dead. Roll man the roll and do the work thyself. And hymns, as a matter of fact, play a huge part. But it is 1972 when Michael Manley took over the leadership, well, not in 72, but the time he got to lead the PNP into the 72 election, that he pulled together what was then called a bandwagon of musicians and artists, including Wailers, Ken Booth, Delroy Wilson, Third World, Inner Circle, and they went, and Maxi Romeo, of course, and they went around the entire island with music, motivating and mobilizing people to vote for Manley's party, the PNP. They really control the streets with the music and the bandwagon. You couldn't help but just wanting to go to a live concert that was a PNP rally. And so by this time, Delroy Wilson's song Better Must Come became the theme song of the Michael Manley period.
And that is, as I said, that was one of the most famous ones.
Oh my goodness, that was like the theme song, as I said. And then here comes Max Romeo with Michael Row the Boat Ashore, an old folk favorite, but now strictly about Michael Manley. Let the Power Fall and I. Clancy Eccles, Freedom, oh Freedom. They wanted freedom. They push it as a freedom from the JLP rule. Of course, Manley came with the Rod of Correction. So Clancy Eccles again made a song about the Rod of Correction. And one called Power for the People. That was my Manley's slogan. Power to the people, power for the people.
And that really rev up the people.
Oh my goodness, man. And you know, we're coming out of that time, 1968, the banning of Walter Rodney.
Yes.
Shearer saying use no yardstick to measure the distance between you and any criminal. Shoot first and ask questions after. Kind of situation, banning of black books, banning of newspapers like a bang. And so black people, the masses, wanted freedom. Yes. And Manley and his rhetoric appealed to them. Now, by then, the GLP were slow to catch on and popular culture to motivate and mobilize their followers. So Michael Manley had a clean run through the election, landslide victory, to this next election, which was 74, no?
No, 76.
78.
The election?
76? Yes.
76.
76.
Yeah.
By which time, the JLP got onto that. And there was a song, an American song called Ring, 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 Ring My Bell. I think a lady by the name of Anita Ward, I think.
Oh, okay, yes.
They pushed that in there, Ring the Bell. Have Mercy, a song by the Termites. By this time I'm saying, boy, we need somebody to have mercy on us. So they came off with songs like that. But the PNP still ruled by this time. They recruit a boy, a young man by the name of Neville's Trouble Martin.
Yes.
Come with a big hit called My Leader Barner.
The Message.
The Message, you see? Of course, you had songs like that, everything.
All right, Herbie.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. So we reached a message now where you said the PNP did up the ante in terms of the pro PNP
stuff. There's something to, you know, at that moment, the PNP were way behind, you know.
You know what, polls?
And then when that song came out, man, it said something like about $60,000.
Rev up the people.
Records in about a week. My Leader Barner and stuff like that.
Yes.
It really made people identify with our own rather than how Edward Seaga was presented as a foreigner.
Yes.
How you going to a foreigner come and lead it? So that really resonated, you know?
All right, but the tide start to turn now, where the JLP and them now start use some song for rev up the people. I want you to explore that for me.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, there are some progressive people who were trying to be positive and criticize the PNP, like Bob Andy, for example, with Fire Burning and Check It Out. And really got to push back on that. Ernest Smith too. But the JLP now step up the ante, you know. And they come with a song by the Termites called Have Mercy. A guy by the name of Bill Gentles, I don't know who he is, came with a thing called Take the Rod Off My Back. And of course, the turn Action, Not a Bag of Words by Nadine Sutherland and Sarah Fabulous.
Crucial, Bonnie Wheeler. What about that? Crucial, Bonnie Wheeler.
There you go. I didn't even remember that one.
Yes.
Crucial by Bonnie Wheeler.
Yeah, man.
You see, Ernest Smith, Jack Kingdom Gone to Waste. And once those songs started to come out, it kind of, I wouldn't go as far to say it was even Steven.
Yes.
It seemed to me as if most of the artists, it seemed to me, were comrade rather than laborite. And so they had a huge following, and I must tell you that the music made a huge difference to how the electorate reacted, especially if you keep in mind that the voting age had been reduced to 18.
Yes.
And so a lot of young people who are into pop culture and pop music could understand the message in that music as it's related to party politics.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, I think it was Pluto Chevrington who sang a song called I Man Banya and I Now Leave.
Yes, I remember that song as a little youth.
But guess what? Pluto take off and leave.
Yes, sir.
And there's another song by, I think, the Meditations. All who running from Jamaica, make sure it's forever. But when the door is closed, we don't want no knocking.
That's when the perception that Jamaicans were fleeing for go Miami.
Yes. So they took off too. They took off too. They sang that song, you know.
Yes.
But they make sure they took off. Because, you know, things were rough. The politics of the time was very rough in terms of not the crime, but the political violence. The ideological difference was miles apart, left and right it was. And so that generated a lot of hard feeling, harsh feeling, and passionate feeling, which translated into a lot of urban, in particular urban destruction, you know?
Yes.
But we're really happy that today those things aren't as bad as they used to be.
Yes.
That, you know, as I saw in the paper this morning, color and color can link together and have fun, sing their party songs, and indeed even exchange party songs. But there was a time when this thing was extremely serious. You know, in my lifetime, in your young age, at your young age, you might not have felt the impact.
Yes.
But I was at voting age at that point, so I understood it.
Yes. All right. There's a song now, Running the Road, My Dream, where the both seems to be like it is a theme song for both political parties. Have we ever had something like that in the past where both parties latch on to a song?
No, because you see, artists were what we call in our time more conscious. And they were also ideologically driven. And especially middle class and uptown artists were much more middle of the road, if not right wing. Whereas majority of the artists, as we both know, comes from situations where things rough.
Yes.
And were very much about protest music. And so you didn't have songs at the time that either party would use, except if the one was in opposition and the other one was in government.
Yes.
And so, for instance, Prince Busters, they got to go. Could be used by the JLP right now.
Yes.
But if next election it were the JLP who were in power, then the PNP could very well use it. But the song you mentioned, and I didn't remember the name of the song until you just said.
Yes.
But that's what I meant, that today you have songs that either of them can use. But what puzzles me today is, for example, at the PNP rally in Halfway Tree.
Yes.
They used just a regular love song. It was no political undertones or overtones to it. It was straight up romance song. And I wonder if, because there's hardly, in my view at any rate, much difference between the ideology of the JLP and the PNP today, that just seem to be what they are. That it's difficult to find music for one or the other, because to go back to the extremity of some of the songs that Clancy and the 70s artists were singing, it might not sit well with today's generation who seem to be very apolitical. Young people hardly vote. Those who vote want to be moderate. You have young men and women who come from strict PNP families joining and voting JLP. And I have strict JLPs who sitting the PNP way. In the past, either one or the other, you know, there was hardly any crossing over in families like that. I'm not saying there weren't.
Yes.
I'm not saying there was not. But today, I don't think young people are as politicized or as political as we were in our time.
Or ideologically divided in such a way where, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so let's pick on Chronics, for example.
Yes.
With the squatter song or the land grab.
Yes.
What's the name of it? The one I'm singing about, Capture Land.
Capture Land. Yeah, that's the name of the song. Yeah.
So you could look at that song from a very positive and progressive point of view. Because when you think of plenty of the big lands in this country, it's land left over from plantation time.
Yes, true.
A lot of these lands that the benefactors of those who run the plantations today own.
Crown lands and all them things there.
Crown land and all that thing.
Yes.
I mean, may as well the government, if they're really people-oriented, give the land to the people. Give them land so they can farm, so they can build their homes and so on. But think of it this way. What if the government should say, look, government own the most land in Jamaica. If they should put on that land all the idlers we have in Jamaica, whether educated idlers or not, because there's no work to go around, and supply them with the seeds and the plants and the suckers from rod and agricultural places and so on, and have Ministry of Agriculture assist them with how to do proper sustainable farming.
Yeah, man.
Realize how much things that we import we could plant and the prices would come down.
All right.
I don't know if we on the outside can think like that or if it's so difficult to do.
All right, well, we'll leave it right there, so. We'll leave it right there, so, because we have to continue this discussion, you know?
Yes, man.
All right,
Let's
so,
keep up the good work.
yeah, man, and give thanks again, man.
Yes, man.
All right. All right, that was Herbie Miller, musical director at the Institute of Jamaica. We're talking about the music and politics and how it helped the political parties over the years.
One last thing I want to say, I'm so glad that for at least 2 decades now, I have been voicing my opinion that the legalization of ganja is going to be brought in and used at a time when things look tight and when they're in need of an electoral victory, when they are in doubt about the electoral victory. That is the timing of the whole ganja legislation. And not only that, Obama himself warned that his big man going control. I've been hearing that his poor people going to eat no food when ganja legalized. And so the people being fooled again. I have people helping to push this line. And don't know says help them, I help big men get bigger. And helping the gap to widen. Even some Rastafari brethren I know making alliances with some foreign people to the detriment of the local people and pretending not to be doing so. So the ganja industry look to be going, they're designing it to go the same way as the coffee industry board and all of the rest of them. Well, it sounds like it's a small axe with me.
Doing the most high work,
and that's the sound of Janine.
Instructions that the old and infants keep the weak ones fed. This must be the mission when the times get dread. Peace and joy from humble service of life instead. Just said, tread not on the path of the wicked. Do not eat from humble service of life instead. Just said, tread not on the path of the wicked. Do not even eat of their tables or bank on their illusions, but instead walk in the light. For truth cannot be overcome by might. So I and I make selfishness irrelevant with reverence.
Now in comes the musical thing from the king's offspring. Yes, Lord. Sweet. Yeah. Some people you're right, and them still choose to show you hate. Yeah. Run them out of your yard. From them I play bad young. I hate them a backbiters. Hypocritical to sideless. We call them modern day Judas. The spreaders of rumors. Oh, them a backbiters. Hypocritical to sideless. We call them modern day Judas. Spreaders of rumors. Hey, hey, so why should I be afraid of you when you bleed just like I do? The more you try fight, judge a light keeps shining too. So I've got no time for you, cause in my view you wanna step in on my shoe. You wish you never leave a loo and feel so damn confused. How every day you wake you ache because you know you're fake, and every step you take I bring you closer to your grave. But I am like a column when I easily shake. The certain say I feel me none of who can't take. We guided by the monster, defender of the faith. Yes, ordained to be great. Oh, them about fighters, hypocritical to sideless. We call them modern day Judas, the spreaders of rumors. Oh, them about fighters, hypocritical to sideless. We call them modern day Judas, spreaders of rumors. But your teeth and tongue gonna let you down. Reward for your words shall be profound. Oh, screw all you want, but go loo and drown. Me slew you like Goliath with a stone from a crown. Not even the dog that beset on the wall of Babylon shall escape in this time. So word to the wise, choose the right side, and down to be in the light. Come on, uptown, downtown. We all come together on one ground. Come on, uptown, downtown. Got to bring us all under one ground. The sun shall up away and come down. Together in a one love drop down. The sun shall up away and come down. Together in a one love drop down.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, February 11. I am Natalie Campbell.
And I'm Primrose Oliver.
From IRI FM's News Center, here are the headlines.
Uncertainty over holding of political debates ahead of February 25 general election.
Meanwhile, private sector calls for decisive action on staging of political debates.
Candidates contesting February 25 general election sign off on political code of conduct.
And coming up in sports, the West Indies through to the final of the ICC Under-19 World Cup in Bangladesh.
All right, so we're closing out this Steppn race today, and we'll have to give thanks to Tony. Trust me. Yeah, man. Really, really nice working with you. Samantha, really, really nice working with you. Neil, really, really nice working with you. So we'll close out today. I want to give thanks for all the persons who participated in the program today. And, it's election time, and we're asking the people, to just live in love, live in unity. Mutabaruka, and I'm the general. So we'll close out. One love, jam down. Greetings, my people.
And there's one thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. Everything, every idea, every so-called religion was meant to dominate and to control. You are the ones with the illusions. Why is it that you are so naive? You let people redress something that you invented, sell it back to you, and enslave you through it. Our relationship with the people of the world and the fact that we created peaceful nations that had no word for jail because no one had ever gone to one. No word for old people's home because no one ever threw away grandma and grandpa. No word for orphanage. We did all of this, and over half of human civilization was over before we knew that a European was in the world, before he wore a shoe or lived in a house that had a window. Now, Africa has always and still is the prize for the whole world. We have always been the prize because we have always had and still have something that other people won't, think they can't do without, and don't care to pay for. Because we have always been the prize, we have been under siege for over 3,000 years. The main thing imperialism did, slavery and imperialism, they removed African people from the respectful commentary of history. When they discovered you, they began to prey on you. And what we have to understand now, in the period of superior brainwashing, is there is no European answer for African problems. Either Africans find a solution to African problems, or there is no solution, and if you don't find a solution soon, you go back into slavery. We have to stop all of this nonsense about who belongs to what religion, when all of them were imposed on us in the first place. We stop all this fight between Muslims and Christians, when neither one of the religions are doing them any good or moving them toward independence. All of them are handmaids of conquerors. All of them are religions of conquerors. We were naive when we accepted their interpretation of something that we had all along. I'm saying we need to take a good look at ourselves. I'm not talking about burning churches. I'm not talking about getting rid of religions. Understand me well. I am saying that every single thing that touches your life, religious, socially, and politically, must be an instrument of your liberation, or you must throw it into the ash can of history. We've been the victims of propaganda. Now, the Bible that you get so dewy-eyed over is one of the greatest pieces of propaganda ever written. If you want to read the Bible, why don't you read the Bible one day and read Mein Kampf the next day and see the comparison? That's hard on your mind, because you think if you don't have Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, you don't have that spirituality. I've got more spirituality after I put all of them down. A lot of people need to stop reading some religious books and read some straight history, without fable, without supposition, without myth. Read straight history. The Europeans doing the slave trade not only read the African out of history, They colonize history. They colonize information about history. That what you have to do is take a holistic look. Not only at your position in the world, but your potential in the world. If there are a billion of you on the face of this earth, scattered all over the world, what do you need with a friend other than yourself? Why can't you turn inward on yourself and say, I will wear no clothes I don't produce. Start with your underwear. I wear no shoes that's not made by a brother. You're creating a shoe factory, employment at once. Start buying aeroplanes, break them down and study them, later on make aeroplanes. What this whole thing is about is the restoration of confidence. It has been the role of these handmaidens of colonialism to destroy your confidence in yourself. We produced the first human society that said you can't be a king unless you got a queen. You can't be a god unless you got a goddess. We got confused with someone else's ideas, someone else's concept and definition of us. What we have to understand is that faith has not spared us for an idle reason. What is there in us that made us strong enough to take this heavy blow? 500 years of slavery, one way or the other. Slavery, neo-colonialism. What made us strong enough to survive? What is faith saved us to do? And inasmuch as we gave the world its first humanity, faith has saved us to give the world its last humanity. What we have to do is to believe it, to believe that we are worthy of it, and to believe that we are capable of it. What black studies should be about, what black religion should be about, is the restoration of the confidence. And the restoration of the confidence is we must rule the state again. Then, in coordination with other African people throughout the world, we will give the world a new lease on life. We must answer the call of the great African-American poet, Margaret Walker, who said, let the dirges end, let a new peace begin. Let us write a new covenant for the freedom of ourselves in the world. African men throughout the world need to step forward and answer Sister Margaret and say, Sister Margaret, we have heard your call. With our women at our side, we are ready to pick up the challenge. We are ready to start a revolution that will change the world. We won't get ready tomorrow because tomorrow's things are left to tomorrow. We will start our revolution right now, and we will start it with ourselves. Thank you.